Not all old people are respectable. Watch as entitled grandmas defy expectations and confront law enforcement officers during a routine traffic stop, leading to an unexpected altercation and its aftermath. Let's start with this 80-year-old who refuses to comply during DUI arrest. On March 1st, 2021, police in Mundelein, Illinois, pulled over a vehicle for failing to signal and having a headlight violation. The driver, identified as an 80-year-old named Glenadine Robert, was stopped during this incident. The police stopped an elderly woman in Mundelein, Illinois, after noticing she had her high beams on and was swerving without signaling properly.
You didn't signal after you stopped, and then you passed the line there.
During the interaction, she appeared disoriented and struggled to find her insurance.
Do you have a driver's license and insurance?
Yeah, of course I do. I drive. I always drive whatever I'm going to do.
Okay.
All these other people are like driving like in the wrong lane and not signaling or whatever. And I try to do the right thing, whatever.
The officer detected the smell of alcohol and proceeded to conduct sobriety tests, during which the woman expressed frustration, insisting she had only consumed one drink several hours earlier.
How much have you had to drink today?
Not much.
Okay. I can smell the odor of alcoholic beverage coming from me.
Well, like a long time ago, I had like one drink. Did I have one drink? One drink like 3 hours ago.
She thinks because she is 80 years old, she doesn't have to follow rules.
Because you know what? I'm 80 years old. Okay, so
I understand that.
You have to take that.
I do take that into consideration.
So what do you want to know?
She just gives seniors a bad name. Throughout the encounter, the elderly woman grew increasingly agitated as police administered field sobriety tests.
You know what? Because I have like the worst fucking day you could ever fucking imagine, okay? Whatever.
Despite officers' patient explanations, she adamantly denied impairment, yet struggled to comply with basic instructions and refused a breathalyzer test.
Would you like to provide a breath sample?
No. For what? For what?
Her demeanor swung between defiance and confusion as officers pointed out the smell of alcohol and her difficulty walking.
I can smell the odor of alcoholic beverage.
Oh,
You
I'm
admitted to driving
not
earlier.
admitting that I
You
did
were
not
having
have...
difficulty walking from your car.
Eventually, due to concerns about her driving ability, she was arrested, highlighting the intricate challenges officers encounter with elderly drivers.
I am an
Alcohol?
excellent fucking driver.
Ma'am,
Do
you're
you
also
want to provide a breath sample or not?
No.
Otherwise, we're going to have to go based off of everything
Of
else.
what?
Ma'am,
What?
I'll tell you what. You parked up on the curb.
Just when everything seems like a normal DUI arrest, this woman decided to turn it into a felony.
You fucking idiots! What
You
the
want to
fuck?
provide a breath
The interaction escalated as the woman resisted arrest, shouting and kicking at officers.
No, ma'am.
Don't kick me! Don't kick me!
Despite their attempts to calm her, she continued to resist, necessitating physical restraint.
Wait.
Continue fighting. This will not. You will have additional charges.
Get your fucking hands off me.
Ma'am,
Paramedics were called when she briefly lost consciousness during the struggle.
do you need an ambulance? Ma'am, do you need an ambulance?
Eventually, she was informed of her DUI arrest and instructed to cooperate with handcuffing, though she remained defiant and struggled with compliance due to her age and the physical strain.
So much trouble. You will be...
Stop kicking me! Stop.
I can't get the other one out.
Oh my God.
Despite their attempts to assist her, she became increasingly combative, kicking at them and resisting their efforts to calm her down.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
You are resisting.
You're holding on.
We were trying to put you in handcuffs and you start pulling away and kicking me.
Paramedics arrived to provide assistance, but she remained confrontational, challenging the officers and refusing to accept her arrest for DUI.
put your hands behind your back because we're going to manually do it for you, and
You
it's
know
not
what?
going to be good.
If you have to fucking do this, you're gonna fucking fight it. Every fucking.
Got it? Put your hands behind your back. You understand? Yeah.
I got this.
Her behavior escalated further, necessitating additional measures to restrain her for everyone's safety.
Hey! Hey! Stop it! Stop it! Stop!
What are you doing?
Stop!
Stop it. Okay, if you kick me, you're going to get a charge. You need to stop.
During the arrest, Glenadine Rupert's behavior escalated with repeated resistance, including kicking and verbally challenging officers.
You need to stop, okay? Stop. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
What is wrong?
You're kicking at us. You don't need to be kicking at us.
Yep.
Calm down.
Despite efforts to calm her, she continued to resist, leading to charges including aggravated battery, DUI, reckless driving, and resisting arrest. Following court supervision, all charges were eventually dismissed. Resisting arrest is never a good idea, but this next woman just took it to another level when she was arrested for kicking service dog owner. On February 16, 2023, police responded to a shopping mall following a report that an 80-year-old individual had attacked a service dog and its handler at a public store. When they arrived at the scene, the officers talked to the owner of the dog. The witness described encountering the elderly woman at the store, noticing something was amiss.
She's old, and somebody should give her a break.
Despite normally not allowing anyone to touch the dog, he explained it was a hospice dog and deserving of kindness.
You know, I could tell there was something off, all right?
Yeah.
I don't normally let anybody touch my dog.
The situation escalated when the woman confronted him about the dog's status as a service animal, demanding proof.
I say service dog. He goes, my ass, he's a service dog. What else did she? I don't know what else she said. I said, look, Karen. Oh no, I said. She goes, prove it. Where's the stuff? And I said, I don't have to have any stuff. This store has seen me coming in there for 20 years. You know, it's not like it's a newbie, okay?
Yep.
Despite his familiarity with the store and its staff, the confrontation continued, leading to a physical altercation where the owner was kicked.
So she
And so
kicked
she
you.
kicks
She kicked
me.
you in the ass.
Yeah, kicked me in the ass. And I just said, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
I go, that's assault. She goes, call a cop.
He expressed frustration and ultimately decided to involve the police due to the escalating conflict.
It's
I'm sorry, but I'm just telling her like it is.
You have your.
The officers confronted the elderly woman in the parking lot regarding her altercation with a service dog.
Last fucking dog jumped on me. Afterwards, I kicked him in the ass.
You kicked
Okay?
You kicked
So what would you like to discuss?
They asked for her ID, which she initially refused to show, citing her rights.
You have your ID on you?
He then presented this thing. I don't do this. I don't show this to people. But here's this thing. I said, shove it up your rear.
Well, he doesn't have to. Number one, you don't work here. It's not your right to be asking around.
It's not my right.
No, it's not.
After a brief argument, the officers informed her she was being arrested.
As a matter of fact, you are going to jail.
They instructed her to turn around and put her hands behind her back.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Give me.
Turn around, put your hands
What?
behind your back.
Oh, wait. Can I put my wallet away?
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Despite her protests and assertions about her age, she continued to argue, claiming innocence regarding the dog incident and insisting on keeping her personal items with her during the arrest.
I'm 80.
You're 80, acting like a 14-year-old.
Oh, well, you're like an old kid.
Any weapons on you?
Yeah, my mouth.
I can see that.
After the arrest, the situation continued with the woman expressing discomfort and frustration, claiming she was mistreated.
I'm disappointed. You know, this hurts.
Not supposed to be comfortable.
Well, it's not supposed to hurt either that I got marks.
The owner recounted her yelling inside the store and described how she had kicked the service dog.
She yelling and screaming inside the store, causing a scene. Oh yeah. Other people were looking. No look on them. Okay.
Despite her assertions of innocence and attempts to justify her actions, he affirmed that she had indeed struck the dog.
He turned around to try to ignore her. She kicked him in the ass.
I mean,
She's saying that dog jumped on her.
full shit. Let's say he did jump on.
It still doesn't give her the right.
Well, let me tell you something else.
She kick you? Right on the
Right
butt?
there. Literally, right there in the tailbone.
The officers emphasized the seriousness of her actions, regardless of her age, and proceeded with the arrest. This incident took place in Indian River County, where Virginia Ann Wargo Pitzner faced arrest and charges for battery on a person over 65, along with disorderly conduct. Seems like this old lady just learned a hard lesson about respecting others' rights and handling disagreements maturely. Her arrest for battery and disorderly conduct underscores the consequences of letting things escalate in public places. Clearly, this isn't the only instance of a grandma being arrested for her obnoxiousness and entitlement. Just wait until you hear about the case where a furious grandma hurls a hamburger at a Wendy's employee. On July 7th, 2023, police in Ohio responded to a Wendy's restaurant following a report of an assault at the drive-thru. When officers arrived at the scene, they separated the suspect from the staff and witnesses to discuss the incident. The staff and witnesses explained that the incident started when the suspect walked around the building after finding the lobby closed.
She was walking around the building, like knocking on the windows, which our lobby's closed.
Okay.
And so when we didn't go and open the doors for her because the lobby's closed,
She then entered the drive-thru area and leaned over another customer's car.
she walked around into the drive-thru and she was leaning over some other person's car.
Staff members opened the window to tell her it was unsafe to walk through the drive-thru.
Go through the drive-thru, we can fix it for you, but you can't be standing in the drive-thru.
The situation escalated when the suspect threw a sandwich at a staff member's face.
When she threw her sandwich at my face.
Okay. It hit you in the face?
Yes, hit me square in the face.
Okay.
They proceeded to ask for her identification and informed her that she was detained. The interaction quickly escalated to the point where they informed her she was under arrest, directing her to exit the vehicle and escorting her to the police cruiser.
You're under arrest.
Fine. Put your hand behind back.
Fine. You under arrest.
The suspect was arrested and refused to identify herself as the officers placed her into the patrol car.
I'm not telling you my name. I'm not telling
Okay,
you
that's just
shit.
that's just another charge. If you don't want to identify yourself, you can sit in jail until we identify you.
Despite being informed of potential charges and given multiple chances to cooperate, she remained defiant.
I will find
seat.
out who that is.
Have a seat.
Who is?
Her husband also refused to provide his name or comply with officers' instructions to exit the vehicle.
1214 signal 7.
Get out of that car. Stop. Get out of the car. You're gonna come in circles, you dumb
Put
fuck.
your arm back
Put
behind
your
you.
arm behind your back.
Put your arm behind your back.
With the suspect expressing discomfort due to her shoulders. Meanwhile, officers tried to calm the situation by contacting their daughter to arrange for the care of their children. Officers contacted the suspect's daughter to arrange for the care of her children who were present at the scene. They explained that the suspect had been arrested after becoming upset over her order at the drive-thru and throwing a sandwich at a worker.
So she is your mother. I'm guessing that's who they were with, right? She got upset over her order and then threw the sandwich into the worker's face.
The officers reassured the daughter that the children were safe and not involved in the incident. Eventually, the suspect's son and daughter arrived at Wendy's, where officers briefed them on what had happened and ensured they were informed before they left with the children.
How you doing, sir? Are you picking up the boys? Or are you just...
Yes, I'm their son.
Oh, okay.
When the suspect's daughter and son arrived, they expressed concern about their father's treatment and provided necessary information for paperwork.
We got called. She was not very nice. She was not cooperating in anything. So she's under arrest. She's going to jail. Dad jumped out of the car for a minute. We got him back in, and he wasn't cooperating, anything like that.
They sought clarification on the charges, but were informed that legal proceedings would proceed as required.
In there until they run her fingerprints.
Am I allowed to talk to her and like try to?
Yeah, I'll give you a few minutes if it'll come. But if you want to keep the kids up there, though.
The officers assured them they could contact the jail for updates on the charges and bond. Despite the challenging circumstances, the officers acknowledged their cooperation and apologized for the impact of the incident on the family.
I want her trespass from here, so that's the other thing I gotta tell her.
Okay.
Other than that, we're good. I really didn't want it to go down like this, but she continued to and called that little girl in there a pussy and a vagina, and like she's pressing charges and all.
I'll have to go and apologize to them.
Is there any way we could probably talk to him and maybe get it dropped at all?
Marlon, the husband, faced charges for obstructing a business and resisting arrest. The wife, Dina Craig, was charged with obstructing official business, criminal endangerment, and assault. Both individuals pleaded not guilty to all charges in court, and the case is currently in the legal process. I admire how confidently the daughter addressed her mother's behavior instead of comforting her tantrum, if that is how their mother is with them. Good for her. All right, fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.